Good evening and welcome to the 2018 Stan Milsom Cup final between Heritage United and Kingsmead. I'm Mark Stillman, commentating throughout tonight. This is the first of 3 Bath and District finals and promises to be an intriguing battle between Division 1 rivals, each looking to end a barren spell without silverware. Kingsmead are slight favourites, having finished 1 place but 10 points above Heritage in the league, a campaign which they remained unbeaten, but 2 draws against Ben Platt's men proved costly as GT pit them to the title on Sunday in a decider. Kingsmead haven't won this competition since 2015, whereas Heritage, in existence since 2001, haven't won any notable silverware at all, with this being their first final. Having fallen in the semis to the Tom Morgan and Somerset Challenge Cup, this is their only chance of glory, whereas Kingsmead are in the Somerset Cup final tomorrow, taking on Taunton side Hamilton at Wells City. So a win tonight will probably result in quiet celebrations, unlike Heritage, who would go on through the night. Officials this evening, referee is Darren Gay, assisted by 2 more Darrens, Darren Wesson and Darren Robbins. Captains shake hands. John Dolman of Kingsmead are in orange. Ross Lawson of Heritage will be wearing blue this evening. The teams change ends, so to be Kingsmead, who will be going towards the Bristol end first, up the Twerton Park slope. Sidhu last won this competition 3 years ago today, 2015, as their last silverware. Runners up the last 3 years in the Division 1 to GT. Just missed out on Sunday. They had to win. They drew 2 each. Bath University. Heritage side, who finished 3rd their first season in Division 1. And the 2018 Stan Milsom Cup final gets underway. Heritage kicking off, Ben Marshall in possession. Crutchlow. Bright start already from their Heritage, although just run out of play from John Dennis, having received the ball there from Willett. Side lining up with a 4-4-1-1 formation with Lawson, the captain, just behind captain top scorer Mark Taylor. Throw towards the head of wing-back for Kingsmead, a 3-5-2, Dan Beale missing out. Won the Tom Morgan Cup before. Inside to Wyatt. Flick on there from Parsons. Nearly came off. They're back into the air from Riccio. Thomas to clear. More determination there, showing from Reeves to get there first. He's won the header as well. Ball forward for Parsons to chase, but offside flag from Darren Robbins on the far side already goes up, and Heritage can restart with a free kick. Goalkeeper Joe McKimm's looking to take. And who officiates at Western League level. Give a few testing games. It's tough teams, like the Bristol Telephones and Malmesbury Victoria. Kept a clean sheet against Kingsmead as well earlier in the campaign, and a rare goalless draw. To Murphy. Not even foul, but it goes on with Wyatt. He tries to find Burns in behind, but it's well intercepted from Lacey. Now with Willett. Onto Lawson. Comfortably intercepted there from the sweeper, Sam Clifton. No advantage coming, and Kingsmead can restart with a free kick. That's a bit there, Bell, forced a bit wide. Parsons comes deep to receive it, but loses out to fellow Ben, Marshall. Bell with a no-nonsense clearance, but comfortable for Lacey. He's giving the ball away though, second time. Ball forward looking for Burns. Missed out in the air though to Crutchlow, man who's formerly played for Roman Glass St George in the Western League. Been at the club around 7 or 8 years. Throw for the captain of Kingsmead, Dolman to take. He's lining up a long one. Towards the head of Burns, beaten to it from Twiname. Tried a break, they've given the ball away though to Riccio. Play goes on, the Parsons now. He's facing Thomas. Options left and right, and Dolman there, thwarted in the end. It's Dennis now giving chase, and he's got bags of energy. He's completed the London Marathon before in under 3 hours, so if this game goes to extra time, his stamina shouldn't be in question. Want to keep in Marshall, but he's lost out to Finn Fletcher. Covering from Thomas. To Bell. Wyatt, good spell of possession for Kingsmead. Fletcher can get onto that. Looks like he's just over on the ball. The left wing back, Bath University student. A goal scoring record, 6 goals and 10 appearances. He's got the winner in the Somerset Cup semi-final against Mariners in March. Final of that being played tomorrow in Wales. Kim looking for the head of Lawson. He had nobody to flick it onto. From Parsons, now Burns, 2 joint top goal scorers. This is good from Kingsmead. It's Parsons forced wide a bit from Dolman. Pullback comes to nothing as Heritage try and clear. Camped in their own half at the moment. And again given away from Dennis. Cancelling each other out in this opening 6 minutes or so. It's better from Heritage, found it to Marshall on this right hand side. To Murphy. Wins the free kick, Jordan Murphy, man with the nickname Mad Dog, but he didn't react to that challenge, spurring on his teammates. Free kick which looks like Willett will be over. He's played in the Hellenic League for Titherington Rocks. Key figure, their midfield. Deep delivery and comfortable for Andy King. And Western League experience, unlikely to drop crosses like that. Off down in Welton, and he gets another attack moving for Kingsmead with Wyatt. Side to Parsons, back to Wyatt. Flags up on the far side. Darren Robbins, who's on the pitch whilst flagging that. This is bearings as much as the Kingsmead attack there, needlessly caught offside. Kingsmead who beat old adversaries GT Sports in the first round on penalties and then cruised past Drybuild and Atletico Bath before they needed penalties again to beat Atletico New Inn in the semi-final. 1-1 draw with the Division 2 side, 1 on penalties. competition for all 4 divisions. Only 32 teams competed this year, 36 rather. Footwork now inside to Lawson. Attempted shot from Taylor, it's got a deflection. Heritage win their first corner inside 9 minutes. Once again, it's going to be Willott on top of this set piece. The Heritage faithful to get excited about, maybe. Bad delivery. King does well under pressure to punch it away, and Kingsmead can look the break now. Wyatt held back momentarily from Twin Aim. It's done well to find Fletcher. Dolman. Riccio, rather. 500 odd goals at Kingsmead. Just looking for the head of Burns. Got a good flick on the Parsons. Once again, good covering from the Heritage defence. Marshall again getting a vital toe in. Arrived this season, Marshall, a fullback, scored in an earlier round against Tramways. Wyatt sends a dangerous ball in towards Burns. Intercepted though from Crutchlow. Towards Taylor, but Bell wins it back. It's Dolman. Fletcher. Should find Wyatt on the overlap. Good ball in once again. Heritage defence. Coping with all that's been thrown at them so far. Thomas again, but getting a clearance in. Bell throws it back inside to Clifton. To Andy King in goal. Clifton again. Bell. Deflection off Murphy. This managed to stay in play. Crunching charge from Fletcher. Marshall. Parsons set free on the overlap. Thomas once again. It's better of his man. Battle between them. Referee's not interested. Parsons won it back. In fact, he's gone for goal. Speculative effort and unable to catch out McKim. His front post covered. His first effort on target for either side this evening. That strike from Parsons, who scored at the weekend. He's GT. A modest 12 this season. So Clifton does well in that situation. A really good ball as well through to Fletcher. He was looking to Veal on the far side, but comfortably mopped up from Lacey. Head it back to his goalkeeper. Height and distance, that clearance, McKim. Taken towards Taylor. Final touches off Bell. Former Brewhouse man. Joined in the summer. Unnecessary hold up, but we're going to restart the throw in. Marshall takes and straight onto the boot of Bell. Now from Burns to Dolman. Burns unintentionally got in the way of that. Pass was looking for Parsons. Thomas. Dolman again. Under pressure. Find Parsons. Murphy doing his defensive work there, and takes a safe option. Here to be encouraged how they've started this game. Nullified the threat of Kingsmead. Side who are unbeaten in the league in over a year. Unbeaten all season, but still unable to clinch a title away from their rivals, GT, who they meet in the Tom Morgan final in a couple of weeks. Willett plays it forward. He's looking for Taylor, and it nearly find Dennis in the end. It's a fair challenge in the air. Dennis is still battling away with Reeves. Tries to charge down Clifton enthusiastically. Twin aim in the middle, but it's evaded him and find Marshall. Advanced position for the fullback. He managed to win the second ball though, and they'll nearly find Taylor, but high interception and a lovely footwork there from Wyatt. So managed to find Parsons as well. Bell. Fletcher. Couple of touches to get it under control before finding Riccio. Searching ball by Clifton, finds Veal. And he's shown more desire almost to get there. Ahead of Crutchlow, who's now forced back and nearly forced to concede a throw in there. Really. Persistence there from Dan Veal. So cricketer. Getting his bat out for the summer. Attempted turn there from Wyatt after receiving the ball from Reeves. Heritage looked to break with Murphy. Jordan Murphy still going. And vital interception there from Clifton. Just kept in play from Fletcher. Backtracking wing back into Parsons. Fletcher. Bell. Riccio. Trying to play their way out of trouble. Across to Jordan Reeves. Dennis able to keep it in and see the throw in. Last touch off John Dolman. Hasn't scored in this cup run. He's got 9 goals this season, the captain. Club legend. Bell. He's versatile, but he's filling in at centre-back this evening. And it's Wyatt. Bell again. Invited to attack. Finds Parsons as well in space. Dangerous ball in. It's an invited interception from Crutchlow. Still not fully cleared. So Fletcher now, and it's a simple tap in. Kingsmead have the lead. It's Ben Parsons with a final touch. Persistence there from Finn Fletcher. Heritage unable to clear. And Kingsmead, in the 18th minute, have opened the scoring in this Stan Milsom Cup final. Ben Parson, who scored turned 22 recently. He's now got 13 goals this season, puts him just ahead of Lee Burns. A real poacher's finish in at that near post. Heritage fell behind to Kingsmead in a league game. They came back to draw 2-2. They ended up leading at one stage. See whether they can make a similar recovery. Still plenty of time to go. Turn there from Twin Aim. Drafted in late. He plays a good advantage. So Parsons, we tried to find Dolman. Lacey. Getting the ball away cheaply. Frustration creeping in for Heritage. A big occasion this evening, their first ever cup final. Won a couple of promotions. Division 5 runners-up, Division 3 runners-up twice in their 17-year sojourn. So won the Fair Play Award 3 times. Looks like Dolman's going to take another long throw. Inside to Veal, to Dolman. Burns just strength there against Thomas, no foul given.
Reeves tries to juggle the ball a couple of times, but he's penalised for handball. Heritage trying to get on with it quickly with Dennis, but to his credit, Reeves makes a good recovery challenge. Prevents a possible attack for the team in blue, wearing a one-off kit this evening. It's got the date of the match on it. Out forward there from Willett. It's easy for Bell to clear. Thomas goes battling in, but he's missed out. Riccio picking it up inside his own half. Allowing Bell now to trot forward. To find Parsons. Oh, lovely touch inside from Parsons. Tried to get Fletcher away. He's gone down under a challenge of Murphy. Shrugged off the ball there, the winger. And attempted ball forward there from Clifton. Too long and straight into the hands of Joe McKim. Good distance on his kick. He's looking for Taylor. Headed away from Bell. Still not fully cleared though, as Dennis can try and get in, but well robbed again from the Kingsmead defence. Lacey. Dennis. Got the other side of Reeves, Dennis. Now Clifton just does enough. I think he believes the final touch was off the Heritage man. He thinks that Taylor got the final touch. Another corner though for Heritage. Once again they're going to allow Willett to take, but it's a rare waste there from the number 4. Disappointed with his delivery there. He's in charge of all the set pieces, as Clifton is for this latest goal kick for Kingsmead. Goes short to Reeves. Willett. Dennis. Turns with Dennis, but pass forward only finds Reeves. Riccio. Bell. Clifton. Cultured centre-back Clifton. A good delivery and the attempted flick on from Veal. Doesn't quite find Burns. Find Crutchlow. Veal again in his scythe down from Twin Aim. Kingsmead can restart with another free kick. Reeves is over. informed that he'll be pleased that this is a midweek game, as he'll be sober for once. He's got the Sunday League tradition of turning up feeling worse for wear, the former Beach and Cliff student. The delivery, 2 Heritage men miss out in the air, so Marshall is on hand to clear. Assistant Darren Wesson pointing there to Luke Bell where to take the latest throw in. Where Fletcher's won a free kick there. Perhaps a slight shove from Ben Marshall. He's nicknamed P-Nev because he's so versatile. Rival on the eve of the season, scored in their earlier cup round against Tramways. Another free kick for Heritage to defend. Sent in, look towards the back post, it hasn't gone out, it's headed on from Fletcher off the line and tapped in from Parsons. He's got his second of the game inside 7 minutes. All a bit scrappy really, but will Ben Parsons care? No, he will not. He has extended his lead as top scorer for Kingsmead this season. Man who turned 22 recently, he's now got 14 for the campaign, and on 25 minutes, Heritage have a mountain to climb. It's Kingsmead 2, Heritage 0. I think perhaps there was appeals that the ball had gone out of play from the initial free kick, but play to the whistle. Referee assistant Darren Robbins didn't raise his flag. There's now a real challenge for Heritage, who claimed 2 draws against Kingsmead earlier this season. How they take that now as Dennis unable to keep that one in play. He has done, in fact. He's done better than anticipated, so goes behind for a Kingsmead goal kick. Once again, they're keen to play it out from the back. Followed by a long ball from Reeves. And Lawson. Marshall. Send it forward, but it's easily intercepted from Riccio. A bit of a breakdown in communication there involving Willett. Ball lands in the Heritage dugout with Matt Smith. Heritage side could have been in 3 finals. They could have all been against Kingsmead. Lost in the semis of the Somerset Cup to Hamilton, who Kingsmead face tomorrow, and also in the semis of the Tom Morgan, the GT, who will be in the final next week. Clifton. Interesting to see how many changes Kingsmead do make with these cup final tomorrow and, of course, another one next week. Still after that treble for the 4th time. Although at the moment they have one hand on their first piece of silverware for exactly 3 years. Willett just gets there first. Heather Dolman. Crutchlow. So to Willett again. Nice turn away from danger. Lacey. Trying to furrow his way forward, but once again Kingsmead break it down as Parsons, buoyed by his 2 goals, but he's lost out this time to an aim. Credit to both sides, still trying to keep the ball on the ground. Lawson given little chance with that. Fletcher has to resort to some defensive duties. Thrown in from Marshall, look for Lawson. It's a slice clearance from Fletcher, puts his defence under pressure, and Bell has to do very well to watch the ball emerge from the sky. Burns, crowded out. It's twin aim. And Taylor, but Bell, who's done little wrong, as is the whole Kingsmead defence thus far. Performed well. Parsons attempted ball forward, might fall to Burns, but Lawson there covering. Crutchlow. Forward looking for Taylor, and this time Clifton takes the safety first approach. Hacks it away. Referee Darren Gay appealing for another ball. So the second time he's refereed Kingsmead this season, man who's often officiated in the Western League. First time he's taken charge of Heritage. He's already won a couple of fair play trophies in the past. Dennis, that time, is penalised for a foul on James Riccio. Long-standing stalwart returns to his feet and allows Reeves again to take the free kick. Well flicked on, looking for Veal. Burns sit up too kindly to him, and a couple of Heritage players swarming around, but they still haven't managed to get it clear. And Parsons has gone down there, but fortunately I think it's an offside flag on the far side from Darren Robbins prevents referee Gay with a tricky decision. Really an appeal from Parsons, who was going away from goal and then went down under the challenge of McKim. It's quite a good chunk of turf as well for good measure. Thomas plays it forward, a good ball as well, finds Murphy. And, Riccio gets back with an important interception. Murphy there urging his players on. Goes by the nickname of Mad Dog, and he's showing some pedigree there. Once again, be Willett to take this. The Titherington man. So that ball in is headed away. I think the final touch was off Clifton, so another corner on the far side. Vital interception there from Clifton. He's got a couple of goals this season. Reliant upon for his defending, the Kingsmead sweeper. Willett sends in another in swinger, and she comes off the top of the crossbar. Goes behind, out of harm's way. Andy King going to retrieve the ball. Saved a couple of penalties in first round against GT, their old rivals. Missing the game tomorrow, the Somerset County Cup final. It's going to be Callum Davis who will fill in. I think he'll take the goal kick. So wait to see. Marshall. Murphy. Troll lets him down. Wyatt picks it up. A little run away from harm's way. Referee plays a good advantage. Veal. Lovely footwork from Veal. Likes to cut inside regularly. Just a free roll. Riccio. Wyatt. Riccio again, and McKim elects to punch. Not got it fully away. Swung back in from Veal. Time being on the left-hand side, but it was easy for the Heritage defence to deal with. Crutchlow tries to play his way out of trouble. Strong crunching challenge coming in. Still not away. Attempted ball through from Wyatt. Veal again. Heavily involved in this passage of play. Burns, Veal, and attempted shot, I think, comes back off Lee Burns. Still penned in their own half as Riccio goes for goal, and it bounces awkwardly in front of goalkeeper Joe McKim. Riccio, my good friend Paul Hill once pointed out, it's got the world record for most goals in the Bath and District League. Hasn't scored this season though. He's got over 500 to his name. The team in orange. Marshall with the throw. As far as Clifton. And Marshall will take a throw from where it's just come from. To hop over the wall himself. To the 300 or so in attendance this evening, but they're all over by the family stand, main stand. Sees it back off twin aim, or forward, and it's come back as far as Murphy, who just got there wide. Good effort from Murphy. Man who chipped in with a couple of goals, 7 in fact this season. Scored a vital penalty in an earlier round against Bath United. And they had trailed, but kept his cool from the spot. Yeah, nearly got Heritage back into this game. It's a towering header forward from Thomas. It's just going to go behind. Bell's going to see it out for another goal kick. Three goals in this run. Jordan Murphy also scored 2 in a comfortable 8-1 win over Paulton. Twin aim helps it forward. Clifton gets there first. It's an attempt to a volley, ambitious to say the least. Sails well over a goal from Lawson. Also scored in that game against Paulton. By far their easiest success in the cup run so far. Captain, number 10, plays as a number 10 as well. A bit of banter, I think, there between King and Riccio. Concentrating on the task in hand as around 10 minutes or so of this half. So Clifton kept busy with another goal kick. Helped on to Burns. Oh, he tried to find Wyatt, I think, up in front. Milsom's pass is a bit behind Dennis. And Dennis again, he's lost that to Reeves. One back in midfield from Wyatt, who got the free kick this time. Bit of a tug on the shirt from Lawson. Jack Wyatt, a specialist in cup competitions. Scored a hat-trick 11 days ago against Pig and Fiddle and a bracing 8-1 win in the quarter-final against Atletico Bath. Man who's a personal trainer. Clifton. Burns gets a head on and it almost found Dolman on the far post, and it appeals for a foul against Burns. I think just used his strength more than doing anything illegal. Lacey plays it forward. And Taylor crowded out. No, in fact, he's offside anyway. Flag from Darren Wesson. 3 Darrens officiating this evening. Burns tries to get the flick on. It's Riccio rather, and this time drags his shot wide. It's Dolman, in fact, the Kingsmead captain. Left foot, which unpicks a lot of defences, but didn't cause him any trouble there. He's a club legend. He's got 9 this season, but still yet to open his account in this cup run. Dolman gets the flick on. Crutchlow calmly lays it off to Marshall. Murphy. Ball forward from Bell, which Burns has got to first. Defence sleeping there for Heritage. He's recovered now with Crutchlow in his way. Burns managed to find Riccio. His ball goes behind everybody. It's forced Danville into a bit of a sprint. Watch from Lacey. Oh, he's got past Lacey well, and grateful that Willett was on hand to cover. And they work it between each other nicely to relieve the pressure on their back line. Taylor looks to have fouled Clifton there. Benefit of the doubt. Still being urged on, this Heritage side from the dugout. 5 substitutes, a couple of other people watching in attendance. Lots of people wearing Heritage scarves. It's like Kingsmead are going to be forced into a first change here. 5 minutes of the half remaining. It's Josh Riccio who's coming on, who's a son of James. Just 18. Made a handful of appearances for Odddown's first team this season, who have still got 2 league games left. He's missed out recently through injury. Eager for his first touch there, as it looks like it's a straight swap. Have to do some covering now. No, in fact he won't. It's run out before Marshall can get there. Once again, it's Bell over to take this latest throw-in. Very versatile player. Played against Nomads last season, where he for Brewhouse. Not a game you'll remember fondly. Scored plenty in the right end against Paul Tarrant's men, but an own goal last year and a 4-1 defeat for the struggling side. Taylor is once again thwarted from this back line, and well brought down from Veal. He was looking for Parsons, I think, up ahead of him. So Dennis. He's got energy to burn. He's gone inside to twin aim. Tries to set himself up for a shot to an aim, but not one which is going to trouble Andy King. Twin aim turned 35 a month ago. Works in pharmaceuticals from the northeast, and he's a brother-in-law of Matt Smith, who's on the bench this evening for Heritage, hoping for a run-out later on. So free kick there, given against Burns on David Thomas. Burns stands with his hands on his hips. Don't think he was too impressed with that decision. And he knows about going all the way in cup competitions. He played in the Vars final for Chippenham in the year 2000. The last final played at Wembley as another foul. Heritage's favour. Murphy brought down from Bell. And sportingness between opposition players. So it looks like Willett again will be in charge. He played a key part in this cup run. Key to tell with his set pieces. And floated delivery, headed away from Riccio. Riccio Jr. completes the clearance, as does Parsons. Here's Burns, lovely turn away from danger, and he's set Parsons away now. Forced wide slightly, and his ball in is covered. A couple of players waiting in the middle there. I think Wyatt had made a run all the way forward. Parsons taking on the captain's armband by the looks of things. Riccio received it off Fletcher. Trying to trick his way around twin aim. Man around double his age. Fletcher. Bell. Clifton. So it's an awkward bounce, which is slightly difficult for Crutchlow to read, but Final touch comes off Riccio, and Heritage can restart with a throw-in. Final few moments of this first half. Heritage have been plucky, unable to test Andy King so far. Credit to the Kingsmead defence for standing firm, as they did one of the league games against Heritage. Unlikely 0-0 draw, very unlikely in Sunday League. Lawson plays it forward, and it's an attempt of a volley there from Murphy. Watched the pass well, connected with it, but not fully enough to trouble Andy King. It was a great run though from Murphy, who followed the ball over the top all the way, and he got the direction as he acknowledges the pass now. I've been one to remember, even if it had been consolation. Certainly be one of the biggest cheers of the evening, you would think. Burns gets the flick on towards Veal. Lacey gets there first. Back to Parsons. Offered the opportunity to shoot, but first time this evening, lets him down. A little bit of a smile to himself. Rather modest goal total, I suppose, in terms of Sunday League. He's got 14 this season, 19 appearances. Also scored he scored one, in fact, in the Somerset Challenge Cup. That was in the semi-final against Mariners, a 2-1 win, where Fletcher got the other. Here's Murphy now. He loses his footing, and Bell shows good strength to stride away with the ball. And Parsons tries to work away around Thomas. A slight collision there. I think it was accidental more than anything. In fact, it's the final act of the first half, which so far has belonged to Kingsmead. 2 goals in the space of 7 minutes from Ben Parsons on 18 and 25, both poachers' finishes. Finn Fletcher on hand with an assist for each. Heritage, spirited, but little really in terms of testing opposition goalkeepers. Pulled it off now from Matt King and a couple of other substitutions. So as things stand, Kingsmead are going to join Moorfield Rangers and Horseshoe Sports in being the most successful team in the competition. And at the break, it's Kingsmead who'll go in happier. They lead by 2-0.
Referee Darren Gay gets the second half of this Stan Milsom Cup final on the way. It's like Riccio's taken over the captaincy after Dolman substituted. I think of many other better men to wear the armband and the number 10. Well respected midfielder, former forward. On the header as well, head of Taylor. And Twin Ames got it back. Tries to play a diagonal ball, I think looking for Murphy. Interesting whether Heritage opt to go for the jugular, so to speak, whether they'll go for the 2 up top as opposed to 1 just behind Taylor. Not much to work with so far. Thomas. He's lost out though, and it's a chance for Parsons. Forced wide a goal. He's going to try and get himself into a shooting position, and Crutchlow gets a vital interception in. To Murphy. He's fouled from Bell in trying to turn the defender. Kim's come all the way forward for this free kick. Tall goalkeeper. Bad delivery as well. Taylor gets a flick on. It's just ahead of Dennis though. Kept in play, in fact. Burns. Shows the experience by finding Veal. Heritage win it back. Dennis. By Taylor. Pulls a handball in the defending from Bell. Just charged down the effort from Lawson. Thomas. Twin aim. Willett. Josh Ricker wins it off him. Nipping away in midfield constantly. Twin aim to Merville. Stayed down there on Murphy. Got a chance, oh, vital header away from Clifton, who was in the right place at the right time. It's momentarily sleeping there. Marshall sends it back in. Riccio can clear, and it's a searching ball. It should hold up for Burns. And he's held the ball up well, so he's got more players supporting him in attack. Which is Veal, who tried to provide a little flick on. Situation read from Lacey. Willett sort of ducked out the challenge there. Offside flag. Darren Wesson on this near side. Lacey. Dennis. But Taylor couldn't really do anything with that ball forward. Hero of the semi-final. Mark Taylor. Winner against Odddown. Finish around 10 yards out. Match played at Lansdowne. The referee's overruled his assistant there. Or has he? Dan Weston seems pretty convinced. There's a couple of deflections in there, so they're throwing on the halfway line, but both teams keen to contest. In the end, it's gone Kingsmead's way. And for Reeves to come forward to take. His orange boots to match with his orange attire. Put it back again. A neat header inside. Attempted interception from Lacey. Reeves. In play, he's clearly held back. Dennis there. Crutchlow. Has to find Marshall. Murphy. And able to fend off a couple of Kingsmead men, and they can break again now with Burns. Looking for Parsons now. He's got to try and stay away from Crutchlow as Riccio can get there first. It back to Parsons. Nearly falls to Burns, who goes diving in on the challenge there. There's a Lacey who's brave to get there first, and he's still led on the floor, the fullback. He goes out for a throw-in, which will probably give him time to receive treatment. Northerner, teacher by trade. We're desperate to give treatment there. It's Will Snelling. Involved with the club for many years. One of the biggest applauses of the night. Fulfilled his duties. Not the most qualified person to do it, but I think Lacey's going to try and run it off anyway. He doesn't want to come off in a cup final. A couple of defenders on the bench, like Matt Smith. A vital interception as well from Lacey, otherwise it could have been curtains for Heritage. Clifton. Burns would have been offside had he contested that, but elects to leave it. Crutchlow. Second opportunity. Ball down from Bell. Riccio. From Riccio Senior. Situation well dealt with from McKim. Twin aim. He's managed to hold off Parsons. That's Wyatt rather. It's Murphy. Definitely is Parsons, who's just sit down. Riccio. Burns are well intercepted again from Crutchlow. Hasn't done a lot wrong this evening. Heritage putting a spirited performance. Stringing the ball around nicely here. Willett. Thomas. And again, he's found Marshall on the overlap. Still Willett, good spell of possession for Heritage. Good advantage as well, played from referee Gay. So a clear foul from Murphy. One for Veal to chase. And composed defending from Lacey. Injured a few moments ago. Final touch off Clifton. Dennis. Willett. Taylor. Space again for the fullback Marshall coming forward. Murphy. Murphy again. Forced back from Bell. Devon Feld. He's behind the referee's back. Willett under a comfortable amount of pressure. A lovely turn from Dennis, away from Riccio, and that's wisely. Reeves ducks out the challenge. Got it in again, but Clifton gets there first. So it's gone behind for a corner. Just about managed to stay in side Twerton Park. And flew into Freeview Road. Willett's keen for it to be a corner. He's already come forward. Again, it's a one close to the keeper and brilliantly taken there from Andy King through a crowd of bodies. Short gathering from the former Welton Noddyme man, Thomas. Lawson. Clear foul there on Fletcher. Played a part in both goals. Wyatt turns away from trouble. Finds Veal. And Wyatt again. Continued his run well. Finds space. A searching ball. Fletcher's going to try and get there first, and he's done really well, Fletcher. And he's got two players waiting for it, but Fletcher goes alone, and it's straight at Joe McKim. Yeah, Parsons waiting near the penalty spot. Well placed. Even there to gobble up any loose balls. Riccio. Wyatt. Veal received off Parsons, gone for a direct ball, and Burns does well to direct that anywhere near goal, and out of play for another goal kick for Heritage. Some recovery if they manage to come back into this now with just over half an hour remaining. Stan Milsom Cup, named after former member of the Bath League Council and chairman of the league. He was president at the time of his death. Competition which started back in 1971-72, and if Kingsmead win, they'll be joint most successful with Moorfield Sports and Horseshoe. And be keen to cement it now with Parsons. Riccio making a run up ahead of him. Parsons on the turn, gets his angles wrong. Floats around 5-6 yards over. Bath end crossbar. Still neither team looking keen to make further adjustments. Just the one substitution so far. Kim looking for Lawson. He's done well to head it back inside. Once again, Kingsmead dealt with everything Heritage have thrown at them so far, and Wyatt might look to go on his own here. He's done supremely well to find his way forward. It's a ball towards the middle, vital interception in the end from Thomas prevents Parsons from nipping in with a hat-trick. Brilliant work there from Jack Wyatt to create that, the personal trainer showing his own fitness there. Scored a hat-trick against Pig and Fiddle 11 days ago in a Tom Morgan Cup semi-final, which they won after extra time. So a brace in the quarters against Atletico Bath. Near post delivery, and Parsons tries to get something on it, couldn't really. Still a chance of dealing with that delivery from Veal. He's retreated to his standard position. Appeals a handball against Twinning. White again, pulling the strings in midfield. It's Veal. Try and tie Lacey up in knots. He's got a good ball in and well plucked out the air from McKim. Cool under pressure there. Decked out, all in green. Taylor, not being fouled from Bell, he was. The Heritage will be keen to send men forward rather than try and catch Kingsmead out. And they're much to catch out the side in orange this evening. Comes in towards Taylor, header open Clifton. Lacey. Demi. Fully cleared, he finds Willett, but Clifton gets there first. To start all the way again from the back, Heritage. Real pressure on Marshall there. Hooked it out for a throw. Just past the hour mark. Kingsmead side still holding his 2-goal lead. Inside from Fletcher, who's fallen to the ground. Lawson tries to get it forward. Just been Twinning, but once again, Clifton to the rescue. Thomas. Build from the back again with Crutchlow. Crutchlow leaves it alone for Lacey. To stride forward. Kept in play, Lacey. He's got the better of Veal. His unfavoured right foot. Now you think it. A decent delivery towards the back post. Just too much on it, ahead of Ross Lawson. Pride man this evening, Lawson, led out Heritage, their first ever cup final. Sure there'll be many more to come. Win or lose, I'll look back at this run on fond memories. Very fond if they come back to retrieve this situation. Reeves. A crunching challenge on him from Dennis, but it's okay to continue. Crutchlow. Thanks, Dennis. Good ball as well to Taylor. He finds some space this time. Tries to send it towards that back post. He was looking for Lawson. Attacking midfielder, unable to get anything on it. Veal. Wyatt. Parsons, rather. Ball to Burns, cushion head on the inside. Oh, what a lovely finish that is from Jack Wyatt. He's deserved a goal this evening. He's pulled the strings in midfield. He kept his head and he has calmly placed it in the bottom corner. Surely the cup is going to Kingsmead because on 65 minutes they lead by 3-0. Credit to Burns as well for heading it back inside, right onto the boot of Jack Wyatt. Added to his brace in an earlier round against Atletico Bath. The Bristol-born midfielder gets in on the act. Dennis, nice turn away from trouble. The biggest cheers of the night if Heritage can still pull one back. Do hit the ball over, and they always said near catastrophe at the back, but I think it was Fletcher who tried to head it back to his goalkeeper. He was grateful he was alert to the situation. Murphy lurking in behind him. A real disaster for the Kings there. Willett sends it in again. It's a good ball, and this time Fletcher heads it away from danger. Glimmers of hope for Heritage. Now look to change things around, give a few people a run out. Willett's delivery, and Riccio gets it away and finds Dennis. Can't quite get it under control. It's threatening, probably. Heritage have looked all game, but they're in real trouble now at the other end. It's Parsons sniffing a hat-trick. That shot goalwards, but well parried momentarily from McKim. It's out time to Burns, and shot takes a deflection, but McKim knew it's drifting wide of his post. Came off Thomas last. Jack White has been a specialist in cup competitions this term as a Kingsmead look like they're about to make another change. Looks like Veal's making way. Right wing back. It's Sam Whitson who's come on in his place, and he's nearly immediately involved. Reeves. Sam Whitson is the son of Rick Whitson, who was one of Heritage's best ever players, according to the information I was given. He should be starting tomorrow's cup final against Hamilton. Welsh City. A couple of players rested this evening. Likes of Andy Keane, who I'm not sure whether he could do 2 games in 2 days. A horrible schedule for Steve Barnes to contend with. Managed it on and off for around 10 years, and it looks like they're going to freshen things up a bit more, which is probably wise. A couple more players entering the fray. So Parsons is going to be denied of a hat-trick, and as they decide to reintroduce him, he's coming off, and as is Lee Byrne, so they're replacing their strike force for the time being. Just over 20 minutes to go. Josh Vince is one of those who's come on. He was drafted in late. Fletcher on the right-hand side now. Reeves. Diagonal ball. Effective one. Riccio. Reeves asking for the ball to be overhit. It's Mark Keane, the other man who's come on. Former Bath City man. He played for Obdine and Sunset Premier Cup final. It's Dennis. Down gets there for Mark Keane the chase. Thomas is going to run it out of play. And looking to make another change here. It's Andy Keane who looks like he's coming on. James Riccio is coming across. Heritage, they're going to make a change as well. It's Marshall who's come off. Matt Smith, the man who's come on. He's in my good book, so providing me with plenty of useful information. So, momentarily sleeping their defence, but amongst all these changes, it's Andy Bartlett, who's also come on. Crutchlow, I think, is the other man who's made way. Bartlett, whose son was the mascot this evening. Ball in on miscontrol there from Bartlett. Keane will try and get there first. Keane! Oh, stunning save from McKim. What an introduction that would have been for Mark Keane, who's only been on a couple of minutes. Showed his prowess in front of goal there, and it's the save of the night thus far from Joe McKim. Flung himself to his right. Mark Keane was on target on Sunday against GT in a 2-2 draw, and they needed a win. Further changes being made. Lee Burns has come back on, just to add to the confusion. Probably got 12 or 13 men out there, and I don't think people would notice. Looks like Finn Fletcher might have come back off. No, definitely not Fletcher, because he just won the header there. It's Reeves. Still searching for others. Keane gets it on towards Burns, but he's offside. I think the initial one might have been offside. Yeah. Referee happy for the free kick to be taken nonetheless. Macy's giving the ball away. Thomas, Bartlett. Told loves the tackle and proved it then. Crutchlow, which is still on. Willett might have come off. It's Taylor in the meantime. Taylor sends the ball in, and it's Dennis, who couldn't really do much more than that, couldn't direct it goalwards. Burns and Keane now up front for Kingsmead. Almost out front for Oddine, it's where they've spent some of their careers. Fletcher, Keane, Andy Keane, he's taken over the third person to be captain this evening. I think Fletcher might receive some treatment here. Another substitution on the far side. I think it's Will Richards, who's stripped and ready to come on. It's Captain Lawson who's going to make way for Will Richards. Versatile player. So Rob Haynes and Harry Sedman. I'm sure they'll give a run out at some point. Time running out. Result looks inevitable. Dennis, final touch comes off Andy Keane. It's Walton and Andy Keane. Richards invited to shoot, he's squared it. It's not a bad ball to Crutchlow, and it's once again the Kingsmead defence getting in the way. Determined to keep this clean sheet. They're going to gain revenge on those two draws which they feel cost them the league title this year. And 6 points they dropped this season, 4 of them against Heritage. So they were reluctant to go into Division 1, but coped well. Comes in, it's a real waste though, and Heritage have to go back into position. Smith. Just doing the throw in off Fletcher. Immediately tries to get Taylor away. Smith. Immediately under pressure. Murphy. One for Burns to chase. Kim comes all the way out of his goal. Rather uncomfortable in doing so, he's keen to get the ball away. Got plenty of time there to get back. So battling away there from Riccio. Fouls Richards in the process. A free kick for Lacey to take. Bartlett over it as well. Favours the left footer. Posse of players, but Clifton always seems to get onto that loose ball. This time he's finding Burns. Quite sure what he was attempting there, but it's ended up somewhere near the walkway down to Burton Park towards the high street. Burns provided the third goal, which has given Kingsmead some real breathing space. Twinham. Smith. Twinham inside of him, and he's his brother-in-law. Shame for Richard Bennett, who's missed out tonight, the calf injury. He scored against Kingsmead as well in the league in the 2-2 draw recently. Wasn't able to recover in time. It's the final match of Heritage's season. They ended up only playing 8 games, they had a few chalked off. Twinham is penalised. Foul on Fletcher. And another substitution now. I think, John Dennis's race is run. Late run out for Harry Sedman. So, offside flag yet again. One for Bartlett to chase. He's cut that back a bit short, and Burns only got in there, and the flag. But the foul's gone against the Burley striker. Physicality, pleading innocence. And Thomas. Man, Harry Sedman, who's come on, 31 in a few weeks. Ran the London Marathon recently. Also won an award at the Bath Life Awards of charity work for Mentoring Plus. And a few celebrations of late. We won't have one tonight. He's got engaged recently. Throw for Burns to chase. Riccio up ahead of him. Well, brought down from Burns, but able to capitalise on the loose ball. So Heritage still on the hunt for a goal back. It's one for Sedman, but just overhit, and he's for King to gather. Kingsmead a few seasons now. Silverware in recent years though. Lacey. touchline. Keane plays it not too long. Calmness was needed. Twinane behind Smith. It's a little cheer when he gets on the ball. Tried to find Sedman on the far side. Dominating presence of Andy King. Gets there first. Attempted a cushioned header there from Keane. Unable to find Vince.
Sorry.
Final touch off Andy Keane. Bartlett. And Smith, and could have gone to that perhaps. I think he was anticipating a mistake in the Kingsmead defence, and Whitson. He's going to throw in on the far side. After now is a consolation goal under the lights at Tottenham Park. So they can find one with Smith. Back to Twinane. Sedman on the far side. Clear as far as Keane, who's looking for Burns, who's going to chase with Thomas. He's going to get there first. Riccio up with him. So Keane on the far side. He's found Riccio, didn't quite get underneath it properly. There's a hanging ball into him from Keane. Bell is fouled. Murphy. Looks like Heritage are going to make their final change as well. It's going to be Rob Haynes. Bristol-born, still lives there. Classed as the nicest man at the club. Holding such a feat, he's going to have a 5-minute run out in the Stan Milsom Cup final, coming on for Mark Taylor. And able to add to his 10 goals to his tally this season. Four in the cup run as well. And contained well from the Kingsmead defence as Whitson sends that ball in. Lacey. Smith. Turn from Lacey, who's trying to stay on his feet. Foul from Reeves. Opening for Heritage. I'm sure there are a few people queuing up for this one. 25 yards or so out. See if they can at least give their fans something to cheer about. Willett, who's the normal man over set pieces, has come off, so it's Murphy who's over the top of this one. So we can do Jordan Murphy, thumps it straight into the wall, gets a second opportunity. Vital clearance in the end. Bet that hurt. Murphy's now got to make his way across to take the latest corner. It's gone out. Smith helps it on. And it's gone behind for a goal kick amidst a couple of protests. So last time Kingsmead won this competition was 3 years ago on this day. They beat Livingston Villa 3-1 in the final, having lost the year before to Keynsham-based side, KCC. A competition which started way back in October when they beat GT on penalties, and it's Murphy could be in now. It's a look at the deflection, Murphy, and covered again from Andy Keane. And Heritage looking for a goal back. Take the corner quickly to Lacey. Murphy. Told previously he's capable of the sublime or the ridiculous. Fortunately, it was more the latter there. It was a mishit ball in. Terrier-like midfielder, nicknamed Mad Dog. Whitson. About Whitstone. Real excitement as Twinane tried to take the ball forward. Final minute of normal time. Haynes. Straight to the foot of Clifton again. Giving it away on this occasion. Smith tries a crossfield ball. Easy for Keane to intercept. Riccio. Full of running. Burns. Oh, he slipped it through to Riccio again. Oh, he could have capped it off then. Started the move and nearly finished it. Josh Riccio. 18-year-old. Plays Oddine's first team and the under-18s. Impressed. Captains the under-18s. So 90 minutes up. We'll see how much stoppage time. There's been too many injuries. Been a flurry of substitutions for either side. King gets the header. Vince unable to purchase on his clearance. Foul throw as well, just to compound some of Heritage's misery. It's going to be given a break. There's a foul throw. It's a foul throw. Shouldn't make any difference. King tries to flick it on. Crutchlow. Lacey. A few options and send it towards the 6-yard box. So looking at Murphy again. Well, plucked at the air from Andy King. But glove wrong this evening. Crutchlow, been more advanced since a couple of changes. Sedman. Looking for Lacey, might hold up the fullback and slices it out of play. That could be one of the final actions of this Stan Milsom Cup final, which previous years been a tighter affair. As last year GT ran riot over Sporting Bath. And didn't have many problems overcoming Oddine reserves the year before as well. 6-0 and 5-0. Their run was ended from Kingsmead back in the first round. A 3-3 draw win on penalties. Keane. And his namesake, Sedman, and that's the final act of this Stan Milsom Cup final. Kingsmead on the hunt for a treble, They find a treble of goals tonight. It was 2 for Ben Parsons in the first half, 18 and 25 minutes. And then the Kings had a jack to round off the scoring on 65, a composed finish from Jack Wyatt, volleying into the bottom corner. Heritage, a brave fight, a spirited performance, but their look for silverware will have to go on for another year, as Kingsmead will return to action in under 24 hours' time and try and claim another success and really make it a bank holiday weekend to remember. Finally back, a few of those players will be retrieving medals for the first time. We'll speak to the managers after, I'm sure. I know Steve Barnes will be proud of his team's efforts, alongside Nick Tiley and Callum Davis as assistants. So for the first time in 3 years, Kingsmead champions from all 4 divisions. They are the 2018 winners of the Stan Milsom Cup.
Where do we go? Go back?
He's already gone already. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you very much. Okay, Johnny. Well done. Tomorrow, boys. Hey, boys, we all deserve this. Well done, boys. Well done. You worked hard all season. Well done. Team photo, boys. Team photo, boys. Boys, let's go away from them. Boys, let's go down. We're going to stand a minute. I'll get one of the kids, on.
Rounded off the scoring and the night's finish at the end there.
Yeah, you've got to turn up once a season, haven't you? It's always been a dream to be down there, and it finally came true. So, yeah, out of the Kingsmead.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Yeah, you scored a cup win earlier rounds as well as a hat-trick against Pig and Fiddle recently.
Yeah, I did, but I can only give that to my teammates. You know what I mean? They set him up. So, first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to the team. And secondly, to this young man here who's coached us throughout the season. It's been a pleasure to be with him. So, thank you, Stephen. Can I anything else?
What's it been a relief to finally get a cup medal?
Well, there's a couple more on the way. So this is first to the third. I suppose it's, so yeah, could go again tomorrow night down in
Wales.
In Wales,
Well,
yeah.
that's the one.
Luckily, I'm getting a lift there. I do know the way, but,
Honestly, yeah.
but yeah, we go again, and hopefully this time tomorrow night it'll be the same again. So yeah.
We'll bring Ben in, who scored 2 in the first half, top scorer this season, and a couple of poachers finishes were safe from close range.
Yeah, well, they all came, didn't they? Whether they're from 20 or 2 yards, so it was nice move from the team, and just wrapped it up from a couple of yards out. So,
What's it like playing alongside Mr. Burns there?
well, big strong man, isn't he? So just got to feed off him. So when the long balls come up, and he just brings it down and brings me into play. And then, like you said, I just got to tap him in from 2 yards.
Seems like a really good team spirit as well from what we've seen. I spoke to Steve before, you always seem to have around 20 players available every game. You've got to turn people away and it really rubs off.
Yeah, I mean, this season especially, we're trying to bring through the youth and stuff as well. It's been really good, family club, so team spirit's great, everybody's enthused, everybody's thinking about the team. So we're a massive squad, obviously we've got a game tomorrow, so players that wouldn't always be starting have managed to get a game in today, so everybody's been happy, so it's been really good.
It's great. Well, we wish you all the best for tomorrow as well. Bring
Thank you very much.
Steve in as well.
Thank you.
Say a few words. You mentioned to me before that it's just not you behind the scenes, a lot of people who make Kingsmead what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Assistant managers, Callum and Tiles are absolutely superb, very supportive. My dad, the chairman, has been a massive part of the club for 40 plus years. So I think any successful local team doesn't rely on just 1 or 2 people. We've got a really great team behind us, which makes it easier because running a side isn't easy.
It feel like a relief this evening to get that first of potentially 3 trophies?
Yeah, coming off the back of disappointing result on Sunday and not securing the league title, it is a good sense of relief, but my mind, to be honest, is already on tomorrow, and County Cup is a special thing, but the boys really deserve what they've achieved tonight. We've come through 4 rounds, every single round is played away from home against some quality teams, and I'm just really delighted we've put it to bed, and to play against a team like Heritage as well, a set of gentlemen, and it's a real pleasure. I'm delighted but focused on tomorrow.
Yeah, and just finally, the team spirit, like I mentioned, Ben mentioned it as well. You got a real blend of old and young in your side, and it really does mix together well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got 3 or 4 players last year from Bath Arsenal juniors, young lads, and they've really impacted fantastically. And then you've got stalwarts. Mr. Burns has mentioned, I think he's 106. Jay Riccio, Nick Tiley. Key people like Andy King, our goalkeeper, who've been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt. So you blend that together and hopefully you get a recipe for some good football. I mean, it's not just about winning, it's about having a season that you enjoy and football that you enjoy and being proud to be part of the club, which I really am proud to kind of be manager of this football club.
Sorry, Carol.
No, absolutely, that was it. So, I'm delighted, so thanks for the opportunity to talk.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy your night and busy preparing for tomorrow. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Cheers.
So, commiserations, Ben, but your side put up a brave performance this evening.
Yeah, it was a tough game. They're very experienced. They know what they're doing, and they made us really work hard.
I know you held them to 2 draws as well earlier this season, so I'm sure you went into this game with a bit of confidence behind you.
Well, we knew we were the underdogs, but we also knew we could give them a good game. So we had a plan, and I think the bigger pitch tonight was something they were far more experienced at playing on.
Yeah, and you had a couple of people behind the scenes who help you out. It's just not you who runs this club, and it really helps you flourish, and that's why you're in the top division, I guess. You really progress well.
Well, I'm the smallest part of the guys that run it. Matt does the bulk of the work, and Nick's Bratling, who gets named various things, but he's the 2 of them really do a lot of the work. And together, we're a pretty good family club and keep everything going. It's a lot of fun off the scenes as well as on the pitch. Yeah,
you all seem to have really good camaraderie with each other, and you'll be hoping to build on it, I'm sure, next year and progress in Division 1, if there's any teams left.
Yeah, there's a big story around the reduction in teams, I think, grassroots football. But at the moment, our club, especially with the guys, the way that Matt and Nick are doing it, we're going from strength to strength. So next season we'll push again. This is a great experience and hopefully a learning experience that we can take forward.